Due to some texts that we just received on the show, Dirty may have to add some extra Pokeballs.
Yeah, that's very fascinating you said that. Let's get to the timeline because I just saw what Florio has reported. Florio says that the New England Patriots also involved in the Odell Beckham Jr. conversation. So we'll get to that whenever we get to the end of the timeline for Odell Beckham Jr. Look at this incredible timeline, first of all, that Zito did, but also what an insane run here. You know, if you think back to all the big Odell Beckham Jr. moments, obviously May 8th, 2014, Odell Beckham Jr. is drafted out of LSU. Hey, congrats.
Hey, nice job, Odell.
Then November 23rd, 2014, he has the catch on prime time, Sunday Night Football, over the head, one-handed, two-fingered, becomes an absolute superstar, wins the Rookie of the Year that year. Then he makes Pro Bowl the next year. And in that next season, you know, things start to go a little haywire.
I'll bet.
He gets into it with the kicking net. Still makes the Pro Bowl, though. That's how passionate he is. He gets upset at kicking nets. It comes down, hits him right in the head. Then all of a sudden, he takes a picture on a boat with some of his teammates, wearing Timbs, shirtless, jeans. The Giants stink from that point forward.
Yeah.
He signs a $95 million contract extension. Then he gets traded just months after that to the Cleveland Browns. Then he gets hurt, tears his ACL in his first couple months there. Then he returns in September, beats the Bears. And then all of a sudden, they're back this year. All hell breaks loose. And now the Browns release Odell Beckham Jr. And today, November 10th, 2021, Odell Beckham Jr. is eyeing the Kansas City Chiefs, the New Orleans Saints, the Green Bay Packers, and now allegedly the New England Patriots.
Hell yeah.
At Boston Connor, we thought this was potentially going to happen, so that's why, you know, I obviously saved the intro to you until it was made official publicly. We have been saying that the Patriots would be in on this situation.
Always.
They have the ability, they have the respect, and they have the need. Your thought at Boston Connor, as a man who is a diehard Patriots fan, but also understands that anything you say right now will be remembered if he doesn't go to the New England Patriots.
Well, I mean, I think there's been a lot of discussion about, you know, is Odell number one wide receiver, and I think if he goes to New England, immediately he steps into that role, proves a lot of people wrong. He can go to the Packers, but he'll be the number two. Chiefs, he'll be the number two. He's not over Tyreek Hill. Probably, Kelsey, you throw him in there as well, you know. So if he wants to prove these people wrong, come on down to New England. We got Bill. He's talked to Randy Moss about his experience. He's talked to Aqib Talib. Actually, if you recall on Cam Newton's show, him, Victor Cruz, and Odell Beckham actually spoke about the perception of Belichick and what he really thinks about him, how, you know, he's misunderstood.
Dope as fuck, right?
He's dope as fuck. He just wants what's best for you and for you to succeed. So, and look, I know Aaron's unbelievable quarterback.
Unbelievable.
Pat Mahomes, unbelievable quarterback.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Trevor Siemian, he's a
Siemian's
quarterback.
slinging it.
He throws the ball.
Taysom might get in.
Yeah,
What
Taysom.
happened with that whole time will be the judge.
Yeah, Tom will be the judge. He could still be Steve Young, but, you know, Mac Jones is also a pretty, you know, good quarterback and throw the rock around, accurate.
Yeah, you know, the thing about that New England Patriots offense is, like, if you're a wide receiver that wants to contribute and help win, you think, oh, it seems like the Patriots have had a lot of success with wide receivers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we have.
Go ahead.
Yeah, are you talking about recently?
Yeah, well, yeah, just in the
right
modern
now?
era of football.
Oh, in the modern era of football, of course. You know, Edelman's been an
Oh,
absolute stud.
yeah, absolutely.
Randy Moss has been unbelievable.
Yeah,
Troy.
Danny Amendola.
Danny
We love
Amendola,
it.
sure.
Let's just talk
Antonio
about-
Brown in the one game that he played for us had 6 catches.
Let's talk about, like, just,
touchdown.
you know, potential, the modern offense that is being run with the New England Patriots. Do you think that is something that Odell is like, you know what? I want to get the ball at all in Cleveland. Let me fucking sign up for that again. Let me go to New England.
Well, that is the worry. I do think the Browns' offense is a little similar to us. We lean on the run game heavy for sure. But you bring in Odell, we're going to throw the ball 30 times a damn game. Why wouldn't we? Got to start at wide receiver.
Just real quick, this is not me knocking this style of offense, by the way. This is just me thinking, if you're Odell Beckham Jr., what type of offense would you want to go to? And I'm surprised that the Baltimore Ravens haven't even been in the conversation. Because the Baltimore Ravens, I mean, early, right? Lamar Jackson even had to put out a tweet like, hey, that's way over my head, he said, basically, or something like that. But that's a place that could use another weapon for sure. And that's an offense that I assume, and that it feels like everybody loves playing for the Baltimore Ravens right
Yeah.
now. The Lamar Jackson era seems to be one where everybody enjoys being there and they're having a lot of success, and maybe one more weapon would help. But that goes back to the point I guess we were just talking about. Hollywood Brown put out a tweet last year and said, what's the point of having dogs if you ain't going to use
That's
that?
right. They got Marky Andrews, and I don't know if this really affects anything, but Rashad Bateman, their rookie wide receiver, had the best game of his career, because he's only played a few games last week. So if they added OBJ, does that kind of hinder his growth just because he's kind of new in that offense?
I'm not sure about that, but this is something that we should think about. So when we get pitched guests to potentially come on this show by the booking people,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
if there's somebody we are a fan of, we know, we like, we're immediately like, yes, would love that. Now, they never come to fruition, but the conversation is quick.
Right.
What also has to be added in there is if the person, we don't know them, we're not that big of a fan,
Yeah.
then we listen to them talk, and it's like, I have to make the decision, okay, would I rather hear our show talk than this person potentially get 14 minutes
Right.
of the air? And the answer is almost, in these situations when I ask that, overwhelmingly, yeah, I'd rather we just spew shit than this particular person. If you're the Baltimore Ravens, adding Odell Beckham Jr. does potentially make you have to take the ball out of your most electrifying player that you've ever had in Lamar Jackson. Why would you even want to change it, I guess? Like that you would have to change something if Odell Beckham Jr. comes in there. I assume they're thinking, we won a playoff game last year. Everybody said that Lamar Jackson was getting figured out. That is not the case. It seems like he's just getting more comfortable almost. Yeah. Who knows how long this will go? I hope forever, because it is so much fun to watch. This past weekend when he flipped the switch, you actually watched the Ravens flip the switch and decide to beat the Vikings. Now, it goes into overtime and all that, and Justin Tucker hits the game winner. But if you add something and change that offense at all, and I know they've been calling for it and all that, but Lamar Jackson's the top 5 rusher in the NFL right now, active. Lamar Jackson, top 5 rusher in the NFL right now. Now, passing, I guess, is always going to be the case, but they're winning. They're taking steps forward. He's top 5 rusher in the NFL active right now with Derrick Henry out. I don't know why you would want to change your offense, I guess. But those are the teams that are being talked about, and I thought potentially would be in a conversation.
Well, and even with